Hourglass Holiday Palettes have arrived. The Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked. This is the Lotus, which is the darkest option. Yes, you can customize where you can pick your case and which shade variation you would like, but I went with the Lotus, the standard, which is said to be the darkest option. Now, 5 of the 6 shades in this palette are said to be brand new shades. So with that said, I'm going to share details with you. We're going to do swatches. We're going to demo it on the face. And yes, comparisons, because we need to know. Yes, we do. Shall we? The Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked. The highly anticipated palette has returned, featuring 3 new limited edition artworks and 5 new ambient lighting shades. Now, each palette includes 5 brand new shades of blush, bronzer, and highlighter to diffuse, enhance, and add glow to the complexion, utilizing the groundbreaking photoluminescent technology. The powders filter out harsh light and enhance skin in any type of lighting. The shades can be used individually or layered together for a multi-dimensional soft glow finish. This year's holiday palettes include the Dragon, the Evil Eye, and the Lotus Flower. Shall we? Oh yes. Let's take a moment for all of her beauty. So this is as far as your palette will open if you're someone who likes to put your makeup down and use it sitting up for the mirror. Something to note. But you do get a nice size mirror, I will say that. Holding it in the hand like this is quite comfortable. It makes sense like this. See? It's quite comfortable. So again, of the 6 shades, 5 are brand new in each palette this year. Starting off with the top row, this first shade here is a highlighter in the shade Glided Strobe Light. In the center we have a blush in Desert Flush. And then all the way on the end here we have a finishing powder in Eternal Light. This is a highlighter in the shade Radiant Rose Strobe Light. Very interested to see how that applies on the skin. To the center we have a blush in the shade Red O. And then bronzer in Bronze Heat. Because remember, swatches don't ever tell us the whole story. They just give us an idea of what to expect. So let's start off with this top row. Wow. I actually like and appreciate how soft this center shade is. So it'll be nice to see how it applies on the skin. Now on to the second row. I'm just gonna layer up the bronzer. Let's see. Because if this is the darkest option, I don't know. So again, swatches never tell you the full story. They just kind of give you an idea of what to expect. So I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to wait until we apply it and all those things to see if I still feel the same way I do right now after swatching. So with that said, let me quickly apply some base product. I did already go in with my primer. I'm using the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush primer. So let's start off by bronzing up the face. I'm going to go into that shade which is called Bronze Heat. We'll also be creating an eye look with the palette. I always love sharing that with you because Who doesn't love having just one palette to do everything? So let's bronze. Again, we're going into Bronze Heat. This brush in particular is a Wayne Goss number 11. I don't think he makes this anymore. This is from his older collection. I've had this for forever. But it's my normal go-to bronze brush. I'm very curious about this bronzing shade. Very curious how the bronzing shade will work. Didn't swatch very. We'll see. There is no denying that when it comes to Hourglass powders formulation, they are beautiful. Melt, blend, just airbrush your skin. This bronzer is adding beautiful warmth to my skin, and it's very diffused. Nice and close so you can see it on the skin. Very beautiful blend into the skin. Let's build it up a bit. Let's see how far we can take it. Beautiful on the skin. Blended, melted, diffused. Looks really pretty. I'm very excited for both blushes. Here's why. I like that this one, it's softer and it feels like it could be more of your go-to everyday, no makeup kind of blush. Obviously, I have to try it, but this one seems a lot brighter and more intense. This is the shade Red O. Let's try that one first. I'm going in with this brush. It's quite soft, and I like the way that it diffuses my blush, so I'm just using my go-to brushes, the ones I use all the time. Okay. I'm nervous, but okay, let's go. What a pretty blush. Oh. This, I fear I could get carried away with. Blush blindness, if you will. Beautiful, but look how it just becomes diffused, becomes one with the skin. Oh, that's gorgeous. Nice and close so that you can see the texture and consistency on my skin. Not bad. We're gonna do the other shade on the other side, so hang tight. Let's do highlighter. I mean, we're bold already as it is on this side, so let's go in with this one. This one is Radiant Rose Strobe Light. Let's use that one for a highlight. I have here a Ray Morris brush, number 2. Ooh, I'm just gonna tap that a little, I'm scared. Pretty. So pretty. So pretty much the bottom row on this side of the face. I do like this blush. It's very blushing. Oops. Now to finish and just melt and meld and blend, and not that it needs it, but this is just how you do it the Hourglass way. Let's just Eternal Light all over. I have to tell you, these powders, when you use them, you just feel elevated and everything just feels soft and diffused and very, not natural. I can't say natural because nobody's naturally like this. But you know what I mean, that very light powder that doesn't feel like powder. It's not heavy. It's just on the skin. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. There is no denying that when Hourglass does these palettes, as much as they can sometimes look like the same old, they're not. They do a great job with their formulation. And this is very pretty. Top row now. And obviously bronzer on this side. Let's do it. I'm not going to do 2 layers of the bronzer on this side because the blush, it's giving me like as if it's going to be a little bit lighter. So I'm going to go a little bit lighter with the bronzer on this side. For more of that soft everyday, you know, I did a little something kind of gig. Which again, I want to share as much versatility with you because you have one palette, let's use it multiple different ways, you know? Nice and soft bronze on the skin. Cleaned off my brush. Let's go into Desert Flush, the lighter shade right up top here. Yes, that's that soft and pretty vibe. I knew she would deliver. I'll save my thoughts, but I do fear that the only thing is if this is the darkest palette, like this is pretty and soft, I'm not sure how this is going to translate on deep skin tones. This color is going to look nice, but what about this one? That's so pretty. Yep, that's a perfect everyday blush. I'm going to build it up just a tad. Very, very soft and pretty. Very soft and pretty. Gilded Strobe Light. This one was really intense. Oh, and I'm trying to go for the softer vibe over here. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Same brush, I'm just turning it around to the cleaner side. Oh, pretty. I love bringing the glow back to the skin. Ooh, 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 ooh. Very pretty. Just look at the powder on the skin. I'm trying to get nice and close so you can see all the details, all the things. These powders look so gorgeous on the skin. And they stay looking just like this all day. That's been my experience over the years with Hourglass. I'm going to finish up with the finishing powder. Just meld everyone together. It's not a glow powder that you would think that has like micro glitters. It's more of just that soft glowing powder without any micro glitters. It's a really, really, really nice product. So on this side we have the softer look, and then on this side we're a little bit brighter, a little tad bit more, but I think both look really good. Let's do a quick eye look because why wouldn't we want to just have it all in one? How about it? Going in with the bronzer shade, I'm going to put that in the crease. Red O blush, put that on the outer eye. I'm just going to take my finger into, what's the name of this one again? The Radiant Rose Strobe Light. And just add that to the lid. Back in with my blending brush, just to blend my edges and just perfect everything. Gilded strobe light here. Gonna put that on a pencil brush and put that right on the beginning portion, inner corner, and bring it into the beginning portion of the lid, and just meld the two colors together that we just applied. I'm gonna go in with this cream colored gel eyeliner. This one in particular is from Tom Ford. I'm gonna put that in the waterline. With my order, I got a sample mascara, so I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna apply it. Let's see. This one is the Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. Ooh. There's the wand. Okay, not bad at all. Quick lip combo, and then we'll talk and I'll share comparisons and, you know, all the things. Here is our finished look. The skin looks smoothed, perfected, a touch of sun with the bronzer and the colorful diffused flush on both sides of the cheeks, and the glow. The glow in the most beautiful way. And hello, the eyes. This is not an eyeshadow palette, okay? And where's my box? Because the box came with this little thing. Because I don't want anyone yelling at me and telling me, you shouldn't be doing that. The little paper that comes in the palette says right here, avoid contact with eyes. If adverse reaction occurs, stop using the product, inform your doctor if it continues or persists. Over the years, whenever I share the Hourglass palettes with you, I always create an eye look. I don't know, it's just my thing. I like to share and I like to see if this is a palette that I'm spending $90 on. Am I going to be able to use it a ton in all kinds of ways? So on the eyes it went. Skin has the true hourglass effect. Makeup is feeling real good today, I have to say. These Hourglass palettes have that effect on you. They do. I'm just going to say it like it is. Okay. Very practical, realistic, wearable color story. This one, it's definitely going to be one of those colors you want to reach for, you want to use. You leave it on your vanity, go-to type of gig. I can totally see that with this one. I will say I still kind of am concerned that the bronzer is not enough. Yes, I was able to build it up and get more intensity, and yes, it's going to be able to work up to a certain point. But beyond that, in depth and that richness, no. But the blushes and the finishing powder and the highlighters, gorgeous, yes. Another shade is this one, this lighter blush. That one is called Desert Flush. The one I have on this side, the lighter one, the softer one, the more everyday soft and pretty kind of vibe, that one concerns me as well for darker and deeper skin tones. So of the 6 shades, there's 2 that have a cutoff, just my humble opinion. Let's get into some comparisons because we need to know. So here's what I've got. Tiger, the owl, okay, and then the ambient one in volume 3, which is their darkest. I figured let's put them all together side by side and see. Let's watch it. Three top shades are from the volume 3, and then we have the highlight and bronzer from the Lotus. The tones of these 2 shades are different. So the Lotus Flower and Tiger. These are quite different. Let's see how they swatch though. These blushes, both of the blushes have that marbleized effect, which give more of that glow, soft, diffuse glow to the skin. So here's the Lotus palette, all on its own, swatched. The Tiger palette technically doesn't have a bronzer in it, but this one here, that shade, it's called Transcendent Light, which is a finishing powder. I'm able to use that as a bronzer on my skin tone, so I'm curious to see how it's going to compare to the one in the Lotus palette. This is the bronzer from the Lotus, and then this is that finishing powder. You can this one is definitely a little more orange, a little more warm in comparison to this bronzer. I don't think I can say that we have any comparables, which is a great thing. So here's the Owl palette swatch. That finishing powder is my favorite. Color's just, it's one of the best when it comes to Hourglass powders. Leave it to me to be awkward and figure out how to do something weird. So here we have the Owl palette. The first 6 are the Lotus, and then down here is the Tiger. I can't say I have found colors in these 3 palettes that are exact or so close you can't tell. Look at the bronzer from the Owl palette. I will say the tone is very different in the Lotus this year. What I'll say about this new Lotus palette is love this particular artwork. Personally, this is my vibe. This is what I like. It's very cute. What I will also say is this color story, the entire color story, I can use it all the time. It's a color story that's very wearable, very practical. And again, this is not an eyeshadow palette, but I like using it on the eyes, and I think it's very soft and pretty. And you can do that whole monochromatic gag and soft and pretty, just a little wash, dab it with my finger. I've got one palette, that's all I need. Easy for travel. That's it with these Hourglass palettes. That's the biggest thing with them. When you invest that type of money, you're gonna get a lot of use out of it because you're gonna be able to use it. It's a well-rounded type of thing. So yes, did not disappoint in that aspect at all. Formulation is fantastic. It's that baked, made in Italy formula that just melts into your skin. Super duper flawless. It's safe to say I'm very happy with this color story and this palette, and I like the artwork. I do. I thought I loved the owl. I think I like this just a little bit more. I still stand on the fact that I don't think this bronzer is deep enough. There's a cutoff. But let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Thanks for spending your time with me today. Take a moment and give today's video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Stay beautiful, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.